And so in terms of pre-license, if
Yeah.
I had a script and wanted to come and
Yep.
have Super Channel pick it up, how
Yep.
would that work?
Well, for us, basically you'd come to me with a script, and I look at a pre-license when it's sort of further along. We want to know that that you're further along with the scripting stage. You're in the last final drafts, and you have your financing is starting to really come into place, and you need a broadcast license to trigger your tax credits. And I'll look at all those things, and then I want to know your exhibition plan. Where do you expect this to go? When are you looking to premiere it? Are you looking to premiere it at TIFF? Are you looking to premiere it at Hot Docs? Or maybe you're thinking of premiering it at Sundance. I like when people think big. It's those kinds of things, and I'll read over the script and give my and then we want the filmmakers we get involved with. We want them to be filmmakers. We will give them feedback, but it's kind of take it or leave it. If we're involved, if we're already pre-licensed, then we want to see the film be the best it can. But we also want to maintain that the filmmakers see their vision come to life. So we're not enforcing any sort of creative on anyone, but we will give that feedback.
So that's more of is it more of a top-up then in terms of the license, a pre-license kind of thing that you do? So all the financing is pretty well in place?
Well, because we're a brand new network, and of course we have a finite budget, we're just working on getting subscribers. So we can't get involved at a level that, say, some of our competitors are. The one thing that's nice about us is we're a national service, so there's only one hoop to jump through. But what we're telling people is we can give you a certain dollar amount, which may not be competitive with our competitors right now. But if you get involved with us, we will grow, and we will be able to be involved in a much larger way in the future. So if you sort of take the smaller fee now, and you make your film happen, and we have a good seed of a relationship, that as we grow, our producers will grow with us.
So there's another side of the business too, the development side. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I do all the pre-licensing and acquisitions on the Canadian side, and we have a development office. We have 10 development officers across the country, one for each province, and then the territories are sort of split up amongst them. And you approach them, your provincial representative, and if you go to the website superchannel.ca, scroll down to the very bottom. There's a section called Producers, and it outlines all of the submission process there, and everything you need to deliver to them to be able to review it. And they will, you say, I need such and such a dollar amount for and such a purpose, and it'll be reviewed, and they'll give you an answer, and they're pretty quick about getting back. Now the thing about it is it's a development loan, so of course we give that money, and then the money is to be, in theory, paid back on the first day of principal photography. Although I think that's it can be negotiable, but. So they're accepting projects right now, just taking a look and seeing what's out there, and of course again, we're a new startup, so they want to make sure they're involved with films that are going to get made, but of course there's always a risk involved. So they have a challenge on their hands, and they have a $2 million is the license commitment that they need to spend by the end of our fiscal year, which is August 2008. So there's a lot of support there.
How do you decide license fee?
Yeah, I mean, certainly the number of things we look at when we're thinking about license fee are, budget levels. We certainly, the number we tend to use is we tend to offer more budgets over $5 million. Cast, we're always interested in, and the unfortunate reality of the business is, recognizable stars bring in viewers, and that's kind of how it works, and so we certainly look at that. Are the films involved with distribution companies that can deliver on the exhibition plan that's being laid out and promised? Those are the things. But in terms of we tend to not. We want to support projects of all level in similar ways. So often, say, documentary, and we do offer a little less for documentary, but we want to support them in a way. So even lower budget films, we're supporting in a similar way that we would a couple $1 million films. So I think that's a big advantage to some of the films we think are really interesting, but are at a smaller budget level. But of course, because with the rise of digital filmmaking with HD, it can be so much cheaper to get things done, which is fantastic, and it definitely speaks to the amount of product that's getting made, which is great. But we still support them in a very similar way, which is fantastic. So we'll look at all the elements that are being brought forward and judge accordingly.
How many subscribers does Super Channel have? It's a new service, but
it's a new service, and I'm hesitant to give a number, but certainly we're not up with all of the affiliates across the country. Our biggest supporters right now is Bell Express View, and we're up with Rogers, and we're up with a number of regional affiliates, and they're all falling into place. We have some challenges with a few of them, but we're a must-carry service. The question right now is how much of us do they carry? But of course, we want them to carry everything. We're 4 standard definition channels and 2 HD channels and 1 SVOD platform on demand. So that we have a lot to offer. So we're hoping all the affiliates want to get involved with us and take on everything we have to offer.
Now, you mentioned VOD. Does multi-platform come into any kind of thoughts that you have in terms of commissioning?
Well, let me be clear. We have what's called subscription video on demand, as opposed to video on demand. So the subscription video on demand, which would be Super Channel on demand, is a concurrent window with our license period. So with the standard definition HD. So a Super Channel subscriber would pay their fee, and they would get our service, and then they would get a subscription VOD offering free with their subscription, and it offers the movies that are playing on the channel, but on demand, so they can watch it. It's no cost per movie. It comes with the subscription, so it's a built-in a motivator for a subscriber. Now, so that means if you get a pre-license with us, you certainly can sell the window for VOD up front before our license. So that's still open. One thing we are really excited about is the opportunities online and with mobile. So those are things we're talking about, but it's there's sort of smaller opportunities, and people are still trying to figure out how to make money off them. So for us, it's still within the license fee that we're offering. It doesn't necessarily affect the offer, but and the one thing that can affect the offer on the acquisition side is the availability of HD. But if it's a pre-license, it's in our contract that our deliverable is pretty standard now that you must deliver HD and an SD master.